Hello everyone, have you ever scrolled through TikTok or Instagram or even Twitter and found yourself deep into a stream of videos about depression, anxiety, or even people diagnosing about themselves with disorder? And you don't stop, even as the content gets heavier, and soon you feel tricked. Sound familiar, right? So this behavior known as a doom scrolling has become a common trap for a Gen Z like us. Consuming endless sad or depressive content online might feel relatable and comforting at first, but it silently damages our mental health by creating a cycle of negativity. So, as a Gen Z, we are constantly online or even chronically online. Platforms like TikTok or Twitter have made discussion about mental health more accessible. But this also means it's easy to fall into the habit of consuming content that reinforces sadness and encourages self-diagnosis. And today, I will explore three key aspects of this issue. Number one is why doom scrolling lead us to depressive content. For number two is the how this affects Gen Z mental health. And number three is what we can do to navigate online spaces more mindfully. Okay, next is why doom scrolling leads us to depressive content. So doom scrolling is driven by two key factors, algorithms and our brain natural attraction to relatable or emotional content. So for a Gen Z, topics like depression or anxiety often feel more personal and making us more likely to engage with such posts. Social media algorithms are designed to push content that elicits strong emotional responses. According to the American Psychological Association, this is why videos about sadness, depression, and personal struggle dominate our feeds. Okay, for the example, take a TikTok for the example. So hashtag like mental health awareness, depression check is attract millions of views. While these can be helpful, they often lead users into a spiral of consuming increasingly heavy or triggering content. And next, point number two is how depressive content impact Gen Z mental health. So now let's talk about the effect. While it's great that mental health awareness is growing, too much exposure to depressive content can normalize negative emotions and leaving us feeling stuck. So here's the shocking 2024 statistic data by the Pew Research Center that found 68% of Gen Z social media users reported feeling worse about their mental health after consuming sad or depressive content online. So many of us also turn into social media for self-diagnosis. While it might seem helpful, it often leads to misinformation and unhealthy coping mechanisms, of course. So for example, imagine someone constantly watching videos about anxiety symptoms. This is not only amplifies their fears, but also discourages them from seeking professional help. Okay, next for point number three is steps to break the cycle and use social media mindfully. Now that we have identified the problem, let's look at some solution. We can break the doom scrolling cycle by adopting practical strategies to create healthier online habits. So here are three steps you can adopt to break the cycle and use social media mindfully. For number one is limit your exposure to triggers. Use feature like a TikTok not interested option to avoid overwhelming and triggering content. And the second is seek credible resources. Follow verified mental health professionals instead of relying on user-generated videos for self-diagnosis. Websites like NIMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or the WHO, provide reliable information. And the last is engage in positive alternatives. Shift your focus to uplifting content like motivational creators, wellness tips, or hobbies that bring you joy, such as cooking, art, or music. So Dr. Jacqueline Sperling from Harvard Medical School highlight that limiting exposure to triggering online content can significantly improve emotional regulation and reduce anxiety. So, in conclusion, doom scrolling may feel relatable and comforting at first, especially with content about mental health. But it silently harms our well being by reinforcing sadness and unhealthy habits. And today we have explored why we're drawn to depressive content, how it impacts our mental health, and practical steps to reclaim our online spaces. Remember, everyone, your mental health matters more than next scroll. Let's reclaim our peace and make our online spaces a source of positivity and growth. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much and see you soon.